The Interesting Fact Files. In 2024, a castle, replicating the fictional Hogwarts, was built in the Czech Republic using 1 million Lego bricks. St. Paul, Minnesota, was originally called Pig's Eye after a man named Pierre Pig's Eye Parent, who set up the first business there. In only 8 minutes, a space shuttle can accelerate to a speed of 27,000 kilometers per hour. In the Netherlands, there are special traffic lanes for bicycles. There are approximately 17,000 kilometers of cycle lanes with special bicycle traffic lights. Nintendo was first established in 1889, and they started out making special playing cards. In 1982, Larry Walters tied 24 weather balloons to his lawn chair in Los Angeles and climbed to an altitude of 16,000 feet. In China, pancakes are generally served as side dishes. They are stuffed with meat, bean sprouts, and other vegetables in. Americans, on average, use about 580 pounds of paper per year per person. The word America comes from the European explorer Amerigo Vespucci. At the equator, the Earth spins at about 1,038 miles per hour. Ancient Egyptians kissed with their noses instead of with their lips. In a 5-card poker game, there are 2,598,960 possible hands. The CIA has made a disc camera that is as big as a quarter. This gadget can take many pictures at a time when the disc is opened. 1 billion pounds of pasta would need approximately 2,021,452,000 gallons of water to cook it. This is equivalent to 75,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. In 1958, the United States Coast Guard off western Greenland measured the tallest known iceberg at 550 feet. In Albania, nodding your head means no, and shaking your head means yes. There are approximately 75 million horses in the world. A vulture will never attack a human or animal that is moving. Almonds are the oldest, most widely cultivated, and extensively used nuts in the world. After spending hours working at a computer display, look at a blank piece of white paper. It will probably appear pink. Adult northwestern American grizzly bears can bite through steel as thick as 1/2 inch. An ant's sense of smell is as good as a dog's. Americans eat more bananas than any other fruit, a total of 11 billion a year. An eagle can kill a young deer and fly away with it. An elephant's trunk contains more than 50,000 muscles. The adult electric eel can produce a 500-volt shock, which is enough to stun a horse. An eyelash lives about 5 months. Americans, on average, eat 18 acres of pizza in one day. Americans drinks over 1 billion pounds of coffee every year, and around 5 million bottles of soda. An octopus has 3 hearts. An ear of corn always has an even number of rows, because of the genetic formula, which divides the cells. The Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., has the world's largest collection of comic books, with over 5,000 titles and 100,000 issues. An average adult produces about half a liter of flatulent gas per day, resulting in an average of about 14 occurrences of flatulence a day. The average American drinks 400 glasses of milk in a year. The McDonald's in New Delhi, India makes their burgers with mutton, as many Hindus do not eat beef. All polar bears are left-handed. The Hawaiian alphabet only has 12 letters. Benjamin Franklin invented the rocking chair. A Russian, I.M. Chiziv, survived a 21,980-foot plunge out of a plane with no parachute. He landed on the steep side of a snow-covered mountain with only a fractured pelvis and slight concussion. Al Capone's business card said he was a furniture dealer. The color blue has a calming effect. It causes the brain to release calming hormones. One of the terms of Wayne Gretzky's final contract with the New York Rangers was 2 tickets for every event at New York's Madison Square Garden. The word karate means empty hand. Since the United Nations was founded in 1945, there have been 140 wars. The sex of a baby crocodile is determined by the temperature in the nest and how deeply the eggs are buried. A man filed a lawsuit against his doctor because he survived longer than what the doctor had predicted. At 120 miles per hour, a Formula One car generates so much downforce that it can drive upside down on the roof of a tunnel. Almost 425,000 hot dogs and buns, 160,000 hamburgers and cheeseburgers were served at Woodstock '99. The most valuable painting made by a female artist is In the Box, painted by Mary Cassatt. It was sold for $3.67 million at Christie's in New York City. On average, Americans move to a new place 11 times in their lifetime. Just by recycling one aluminum can, enough energy would be saved to have a TV run for 3 hours. Abdul Qasim Ismail, Grand Vizier of Persia, in the 10th century, carried his library with him wherever he went. 400 camels carried the 117,000 volumes. During the gold rush in 1849, some people paid as much as $100 for a simple glass of water. In ancient Greece, throwing an apple to a girl was a way to propose for marriage. If the girl caught it, that would mean she accepts. The dromedary camel can drink as much as 100 liters of water in just 10 minutes. The Shroud of Turin is the single most studied artifact in human history. More than half the time spent in United States courts are cases that involve automobiles. Some of the titles that were considered for the hit TV show, Friends, were 6 of 1, Across the Hall, and Insomnia Cafe. Iguanas can recognize their human handlers and greet them differently compared with strangers. If all the Oreo cookies ever sold were stacked on top of one another, they would be as high as 13.3 million Sears towers. Clarence Crane, the inventor of Crane's Peppermint Lifesavers, sold his rights to the popular candy for less than $3,000. Pretzel snacks have been around for over 1,300 years. A European monk invented the snack used leftover bread dough. The average adult has approximately 6 pounds of skin. The pound key on the keyboard is called an octothorpe. Kite flying is a professional sport in Thailand. Adolf Hitler wanted to be an architect, but he failed the entrance exam at the architectural school in Vienna. Each year, the Pentagon estimates their computer network is hacked about 250,000 times annually. From 1939 to 1942, there was an undersea post office in the Bahamas. 7-Eleven is the largest retail chain in the world. The first commercial microwave oven was called the 1161 Radarange and was the size of a refrigerator. The term Mayday, used for signaling for help, comes from the French word Mayday, which means help me. American Airlines saved $40,000 in 1987 by eliminating one olive from each salad served in first class. Each day, the sun causes about 1 trillion tons of water to evaporate. Airports that are at higher altitudes requires a longer airstrip due to lower air density. Frank Wathernam was the last prisoner to leave Alcatraz prison on March 21, 1963. The Great Comet of 1843 had a tail that was over 300 kilometers long. An average home creates more pollution than does the average car. An office desk has 400 times more bacteria than a toilet. Before soccer referees started using whistles in 1878, they used to rely on waving a handkerchief. The state that has the most diners in the world is New Jersey, which is referred to as the diner capital of the world. The Titanic's whistles could be heard from 11 miles away. In Singapore, it is illegal to sell or own chewing gum. Teflon is the most slipperiest substance in the world. Former U.S. President Ronald Reagan worked as a lifeguard in his youth at a beach near Dixon, Illinois, and saved over 77 lives. Alexander Gustav Eiffel, the man who designed the Eiffel Tower, also designed the inner structure of the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor. Actor Bruce Willis's real name is Walter. The Bank of America was originally called the Bank of Italy until the founder, Amedeo Giannini, changed the name in 1930. Another word for hiccups is cingultus. There is a certain species of kangaroo that is only 2.5 centimeters long when it is born. Research indicates that people prefer the color blue for their casual clothing. In only 8 minutes, a space shuttle can accelerate to a speed of 27,000 kilometers per hour. The 6 official languages of the United Nations are Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. According to research, the most productive workday is Tuesday, and the least productive is Friday. 18% of an American's income is spent on transportation. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name was Moon. Buzz was the second man to step onto the moon in 1969. Amazingly, goalies in the National Hockey League played without masks until the year 1959. In 1912, a wrestling match in Stockholm between Finn Alfred Asakainen and Russian Martin Klein lasted more than 11 hours. Klein eventually won, but was too tired to participate in the championship match. More than 50% of the people in the world have never made or received a telephone call. If you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on new content.